In this session, I want to address a common question: do you really need a pre-workout powder, or could a simple cup of coffee or an energy drink provide the same boost? We'll explore these 3 popular ways to elevate your training and see how they stack up. Pre-workouts promise energy, focus, and pump all in one scoop, but that hype often overshadows simpler sources of caffeine. Coffee and energy drinks are widely used and can be more convenient or affordable. We'll look at the ingredients, dosing, effects on performance, and potential downsides of each option. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of which choice aligns best with your goals. Now that we've framed the discussion, let's start by considering why so many people reach for a pre-workout in the first place. Many athletes and gym goers choose pre-workouts because they promise to tick multiple boxes at once. A pre-workout is marketed as a source of clean energy, sharpened mental focus, prolonged endurance, and a satisfying muscle pump. When you see words like explosive, intense, and tunnel vision on a label, it feeds the belief that a scoop will unlock another level of performance. People crave the rush of drive and clarity that caffeine and other stimulants provide, and they've heard that ingredients like citrulline and beta-alanine improve blood flow and delay fatigue. They also like the idea of something tailored to training instead of an everyday beverage. Understanding these motivations helps us examine whether pre-workouts actually deliver on these promises. With that in mind, let's meet the 3 contenders we'll be comparing. When we talk about boosting performance, most people gravitate to one of 3 options. The first is a dedicated pre-workout powder, a blend of caffeine and performance ingredients in a powdered form that you mix and drink. The second is good old coffee, brewed at home or purchased from a cafe, providing a natural source of caffeine and antioxidants. The third is a ready-to-drink energy drink that you can grab off the shelf for a quick jolt. Each of these products aims to help you train harder, but they do so with different ingredients, doses, and delivery methods. Throughout this talk, I'll refer to them as our 3 contenders. Now that we have our lineup, let's look at the thread that connects all 3, the stimulant caffeine. Caffeine is the common denominator across pre-workout powders, coffee, and energy drinks. It works by blocking adenosine receptors in your brain, reducing feelings of fatigue, and making you feel more alert and motivated. While the mechanism is the same, the dose and how quickly it hits your system vary. A coffee's caffeine content depends on the beans and brew. Energy drinks typically contain a fixed amount per can. Pre-workouts use powdered caffeine or concentrated extracts that dissolve quickly in water. The delivery format and whether other nutrients are present can influence how fast you feel the effects and how long they last. Understanding caffeine's role sets the stage for looking at how it translates to exercise performance. Multiple meta-analyses show that caffeine enhances endurance, improves time trial performance by 2 to 3%, and increases power output and focus. These benefits appear at moderate doses of about 3 to 6 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, and even as low as 2 milligrams per kilogram can be effective for some people. Going much higher doesn't yield more performance, but does increase the risk of jitters, elevated heart rate, and disrupted sleep. Doses above 9 milligrams per kilogram are generally unnecessary. This evidence supports caffeine as a reliable ergogenic aid when used intelligently. Now that we understand the science behind caffeine, let's explore how a simple cup of coffee functions as a pre-workout beverage. Coffee is a familiar and accessible way to consume caffeine. It's derived from roasted beans, which bring along beneficial polyphenols and antioxidants. Brewing your own cup at home costs around 50 cents, making it one of the cheapest pre-workout options. You also have control over the strength and serving size, an advantage if you're sensitive to stimulants or trying to hit a specific milligram target. Many people enjoy the ritual of sipping coffee before a workout. The taste and aroma can be a mood lifter in itself. For those who want a simple natural boost without extra additives, coffee can be a sensible choice. But no single solution is perfect, so let's examine the limitations of using coffee as your pre-workout. While coffee delivers caffeine, it lacks other ergogenic ingredients like citrulline, beta-alanine, or creatine that are found in pre-workouts. More importantly, its caffeine content is unpredictable. It depends on the bean variety, roast, grind, and brew method. An average cup might provide 50 to 140 milligrams of caffeine, but specialty blends or large mugs can exceed 200 milligrams. If you're trying to hit a precise dose of 3 to 6 milligrams per kilogram, coffee can make it hard to control your intake. Without added performance ingredients or a consistent caffeine figure, coffee may not provide enough support for intense or prolonged sessions. Recognizing these limitations, let's move on to our second contender, energy drinks. Energy drinks have become a popular pre-workout choice because they're convenient and tasty. You simply grab a can and pop the tab. No brewing, mixing, or measuring required. Most cans deliver around 160 to 200 milligrams of caffeine, and some formulas include ingredients like taurine, B vitamins, or herbal extracts marketed to enhance focus or energy. They're shelf-stable and easy to transport, which appeals to people on the go or those who forget to pack a shaker. For individuals who enjoy fizzy or flavored beverages, energy drinks can make getting caffeinated more enjoyable. However, convenience often comes with trade-offs, and it's important to weigh those before relying on energy drinks for your pre-workout boost. Despite their convenience, energy drinks have notable drawbacks. Many contain around 40 grams of sugar per can, roughly 10 teaspoons, which can cause a rapid spike in blood glucose followed by a crash. Sugar-free versions exist, but they may use artificial sweeteners that some people wish to avoid. The herbal ingredients such as ginseng, guarana, or taurine sound exotic but often lack strong evidence for ergogenic benefits at the doses included. Consuming large amounts of sugary or calorie-dense beverages can undermine weight loss or body composition goals. The International Society of Sports Nutrition notes that while energy drinks may improve alertness, the evidence for additional components is limited, and more research is needed. Given these limitations, it's worth examining what differentiates a well-formulated pre-workout powder. A genuine pre-workout formula does more than provide caffeine. It combines stimulants with ingredients that have been shown in research to support blood flow, endurance, and mental drive. Nitric oxide boosters like citrulline or nitrates help dilate blood vessels. Endurance buffers like beta-alanine and creatine improve fatigue resistance and power. And cognitive ingredients like tyrosine or alpha-GPC support neurotransmitter production and focus. When a product discloses each dose and uses research-supported amounts, it can deliver benefits that coffee or energy drinks alone cannot. The challenge is to separate well-dosed formulas from those that use proprietary blends or fairy dust levels. To appreciate the added value, let's look more closely at the major categories of pre-workout ingredients. Nitric oxide boosters work by increasing levels of arginine in the blood, which stimulates the production of nitric oxide, a molecule that widens blood vessels and improves circulation. L-citrulline and citrulline malate are the most common forms. They convert to arginine more efficiently than arginine itself. To see meaningful effects, studies typically use 6 to 10 grams of pure citrulline or around 8 grams of citrulline malate. At these doses, you may experience a noticeable muscle pump and potentially improve performance due to better oxygen and nutrient delivery. Underdosed products with 1 or 2 grams won't deliver the same effect. Understanding dosing in this category prepares us to examine endurance ingredients such as beta-alanine and creatine. Endurance ingredients help your muscles sustain effort during high-intensity or repeated bouts of exercise. Beta-alanine increases intramuscular carnosine, which buffers acid buildup and delays the burning sensation that forces you to stop. Research shows benefits at a total intake of 3.2 to 6.4 grams per day, split into smaller doses to minimize tingling. Creatine boosts phosphocreatine stores, enabling rapid ATP regeneration for explosive movements. A typical protocol involves loading 20 to 25 grams per day for 5 to 7 days, followed by a maintenance dose of 3 to 5 grams daily. While a pre-workout can deliver part of your daily creatine or beta-alanine, consistent intake matters more than timing. Next, let's discuss cognitive ingredients that aim to sharpen mental focus under stress. Cognitive ingredients target neurotransmitters involved in alertness and motor control. L-tyrosine is a precursor to dopamine and noradrenaline, which may help maintain mental performance during stress or sleep deprivation. However, most sports studies use high doses of around 150 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, far more than what appears in many products. Alpha-GPC is a source of choline that may enhance acetylcholine synthesis and has been linked to improvements in lower body power at a dose of about 600 milligrams. These compounds show promise, but the research is limited, and results vary. When evaluating a pre-workout's cognitive claims, check the actual amounts used and temper expectations. With an understanding of ingredients, let's talk about one of the most coveted sensations, the pump. The pump refers to the swelling and tightness you feel when blood rushes into working muscles. Nitric oxide boosters dilate blood vessels, increasing the delivery of oxygen and nutrients while removing waste products more efficiently. This improved circulation can support performance and recovery, especially during high-volume training. Beyond physical benefits, many athletes find that a strong pump enhances the mind-muscle connection and boosts motivation because you can see and feel your muscles working. However, the pump is dose-dependent. Without sufficient amounts of citrulline or nitrates, you may not notice much difference. Understanding how the pump is generated helps us discuss another factor, how energy delivery and crash risk vary between these products. The way a stimulant is delivered influences your energy curve. Brewed coffee contains fiber and complex compounds that slow caffeine absorption, so the energy rise is gradual and crashes are rare. Energy drinks deliver caffeine and sugar quickly. The sugar may cause a rapid spike in blood glucose followed by a crash, especially if you're sensitive to insulin swings. Pre-workout powders dissolve concentrated caffeine and other stimulants in water, leading to a fast onset. Well-designed formulas also include ingredients like amino acids or slow-release caffeine to smooth the curve and reduce crashing. Understanding these patterns helps you choose a product that fits your schedule and tolerance. Now that we've covered energy, let's talk money. How did these options compare in cost? Price often influences supplement choices. A home-brewed cup of coffee costs around 50 cents. Energy drinks, especially branded options, run roughly $2 to $3 per can. A scoop of pre-workout powder falls in between at about $1 to $2 depending on the brand and where you buy it. However, cost per serving can be misleading. If a pre-workout or energy drink is underdosed in key ingredients, you may need multiple servings to reach an effective dose, which increases the true cost. When evaluating the value of these products, think in terms of dollars per effective milligram rather than the sticker price alone. With price in mind, let's consider the practical side of using each option. Convenience can make or break your pre-workout routine. Brewing coffee requires equipment and a few minutes of preparation, and carrying hot coffee to the gym isn't always practical. Energy drinks win on convenience. You can buy them cold and ready to drink, making them ideal for people rushing from work to the gym. Pre-workout powders fall somewhere in between. You need a shaker bottle and water, but you can customize the dose and flavor. Some powders come in single-serve sachets for travel. Think about your lifestyle and where you train. Choosing the most convenient option will increase consistency, and consistency is key for seeing results. After exploring these practicalities, let's pull everything together by summarizing how each option performs across the key dimensions. To recap, coffee provides a natural source of caffeine and antioxidants, offering a mild to moderate energy boost but no added performance ingredients. Its focus-enhancing effects depend on the dose, which is hard to control with variable brews. Energy drinks supply a fixed amount of caffeine and often taste appealing, but added sugar and unproven herbal extracts limit their benefits. A well-formulated pre-workout delivers a broader spectrum: clinical doses of caffeine, nitric oxide boosters for pump, beta-alanine and creatine for endurance, and sometimes cognitive enhancers. If you want energy alone, coffee or an energy drink might suffice. If you're seeking improved blood flow, sustained endurance, and sharper mental drive, a quality pre-workout can provide extra advantages. With the differences laid out, let's discuss when a simple cup of coffee might be all you need. There are times when coffee is more than adequate as a pre-workout. If you're training at low to moderate intensity, working on skill practice, or prioritizing general health, a mild caffeine boost may be sufficient. Individuals with high sensitivity to stimulants often find that a cup of coffee provides just the right lift without the jitteriness that stronger products can cause. Coffee also supports hydration and contains antioxidants that contribute to overall wellness. For those focused on daily caffeine intake, coffee can fit easily into your routine without adding extra ingredients you may not need. However, for high-intensity sessions or endurance events, coffee alone may not deliver enough support. In those cases, a pre-workout powder could offer real benefits. Pre-workout formulas shine when you're pushing your body to its limits. High-intensity workouts, heavy resistance training, and long endurance sessions place greater demands on your muscles and nervous system. In these situations, ingredients like citrulline, beta-alanine, and creatine can help increase blood flow, buffer fatigue, and replenish energy stores, while tyrosine or alpha-GPC may sharpen focus. If you're looking for a pronounced pump, aiming to delay muscle burn, or training in a caloric deficit, a pre-workout can provide targeted support that coffee or energy drinks simply cannot. The key is to choose a product with transparent labels and research-backed dosages. To make that choice wisely, you need to understand what to look for on the ingredient panel. Not all pre-workouts are created equal. Some rely on flashy names and proprietary blends that conceal tiny amounts of ingredients behind a collective weight. Others use clinically dosed, individually listed ingredients that match the amounts used in research. When evaluating a formula, look for a fully disclosed label. No blends, no hidden matrices. Check that the doses of citrulline, beta-alanine, creatine, and any cognitive ingredients align with the amounts shown to be effective in studies. Avoid products that substitute sugar or artificial stimulants for real performance enhancers. Choosing quality ensures you get what you pay for and protects you from wasting money on underdosed products. With label reading skills in mind, let's wrap up with the key takeaways from our comparison. In summary, caffeine is a proven performance enhancer, whether it comes from coffee, an energy drink, or a pre-workout powder. It improves endurance, focus, and power when dosed correctly. Coffee offers an inexpensive, natural source of caffeine and antioxidants, but lacks additional ergogenic ingredients and can vary widely in strength. Energy drinks provide convenience and consistent caffeine but often add sugar and dubious herbal extras. A well-formulated pre-workout can deliver real advantages by combining clinically dosed nitric oxide boosters, endurance buffers, and cognitive support, provided you choose products with transparent labels and evidence-based ingredients. Ultimately, don't be swayed by hype or celebrity endorsements. Select the option that fits your goals, budget, and tolerance, and let science guide your decision-making.